And that's not too much?
No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I like that. That's some good, big, juicy, sexy stuff.
Hello, Internet. Welcome back to JamsCast. I'm Jyesh.
I'm K-Hi.
And we got a special episode for you, but he doesn't know why.
I don't. He said, oh, man, I don't know if you're going to be ready for this.
That's what I said.
Which is nuts, because I'm usually like all on board, so I assume he's going to hurt me.
Yeah, he's usually so ready. So he's not ready.
I'm not ready.
Yeah. K-Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I played yesterday night. I played some of my most recent favorite game, Framemakers. And
Is that your most recent favorite game?
Oh no, it's not my most recent favorite game,
Okay.
but it's one I've been playing again now that I'm not so shy to use the Discord. And then I animated a new animation, hopefully coming out within the next 2 weeks.
Whoa.
That's a real big hopefully, but hopefully it will. Gee Willikers, I think it was a pretty good Friday day. Yeah, I can tell them that. It was a good Friday. I don't know when this video will come out. Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh, Sunday. Okay. So yeah, how was your genuine life experience?
You know, pretty good.
You said though with like an upwards inflection, so I feel like it's been a mixed bag.
I'm pretty well. It's just not much has really happened, honestly. Like it's just been fine.
Fine.
Know?
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you like the president? I ruined the entire bit. I ruined the entire take.
No, that was good. I'll just cut there. But yeah, it's just been a week, So let's get on to the music conversation.
Yes.
What have you been listening to recently?
Oh boy, I'm gonna do that thing I always do where I look into my recently listened.
That's fair. Would you like me to start while you do that?
Yeah, you start while I get all set up with all my
all
things.
Right. Well, okay. Listeners of the channel and you also are probably aware of this, but there's this group called Black Country New Road that I've been listening to. There was that song that I showed you in the car where I was like, I'm going to cover this song. And then I covered this song this previous week. So I've been getting into Black Country New Road. When their previous album came out, I just never got around to it. And it's called Ants From Up There. And it's like one of the best albums I've ever heard.
Have you shown me that one?
No, but the song I showed you was from that album.
Okay, yeah.
And so I'll explain what Ants From Up There means, right? The idea is that the lead singer of Black Country New Road at the time, we'll get into that, he was in a relationship and that relationship ended. But I can relate saw to this person as this like unachievable thing, right? This like incredible like work of engineering in the sky, like an airplane, right? Okay. But he thought she must have seen him as just ants from up there.
Oh, because you're like in an airplane.
Because she is the airplane, and he's just like a man running up a hill.
And there's of course like the subtle problem, like he's attracted to airplanes, she's attracted to ants.
I know, right? The species difference might make a little issue, but it's just this incredible album, like very poetic, very theatrical too. All the songs are very long, which I don't know if is something you'd enjoy. Like a lot of them are like 7 minutes long.
I like 7 minutes. Wow.
Yeah,
I was
some are even
5
longer.
minutes.
No, they're like long.
Okay, I'll check. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
we'll see how that will. Oh boy, baby, we'll see how that goes.
The last 3 songs in particular are just this like epic closing to the album too.
Okay, like
it's just really good. So that's the main thing that I've been listening to. But I also want to give a couple other quick little shout outs. So Clairo just released a music video for a song off of her album from last year. And you'd enjoy this one because in the music video, she says, featuring Clairo, played by Weird Al Yankovic.
No kidding.
Yeah. So he plays Clairo in the music video, and it's just really funny.
Wait, what do you mean he plays like he's pretending to be her?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
Like he's
fucking-
singing the lyrics and he's like
but
dancing.
it's her voice.
It's her voice.
Okay.
But it's just Weird Al.
That's a weird fucking thing to do.
It was really funny though.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of this album when it came out. I did a video on the channel, and I think this is one that I don't know if you'd like, just because it's like softer music and it's like kind of quieter. But I don't know.
I listen to. I remember when I was sick. You remember that time I was really sick recently, and by recently I mean like 2 months ago.
2 months ago,
maybe, or last month or something.
I
was really
I
sick,
do remember this actually.
And my head was just like pounding. It was horrible, and I was actually listening to classical music to help myself sleep, because the white noise is usually what I listen to, but it wasn't working, and I listened to like a whole hours long of Beethoven and Mozart and maybe some Bach. I don't know if I put Bach in there.
Bach.
Why is it CH then?
I don't know.
Then we should talk to his parents.
You're right. In that case, you might like Claro though. It's very like mid-century kind of feel.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, but that's all I have to share today.
Okay, I got my little magical list here. One thing I was listening to is I'll tell a little story behind why I was listening to. Did you see that video? Joe Biden credits. It's like a meme.
I don't know if I did.
There's like two of them. They're really good. My favorite one is What I've Done by Linkin Park. And
I know that one. It's like What I've Done.
Yeah. So like that plays like what they do is they have Joe Biden and then he's walking away and they have some AI voice. It's like, excuse me, Mr. President or President Biden, information just came in that President Trump just won by only one vote. Mr. President, who did you vote for? And he turns around and he just smiles and it says, What I've Done. Cuts to Mike, directed by Michael Bay.
That's so funny.
And then there's another one where like it's when they're like, who takes credit for this, Mr. Biden? And he turns around and is like, is that a joke? And he walks away and the doors close
and
behind
again,
him.
it's like the what I've done. You know what's so funny?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the early and mid 2000s had some of the best like end credits music of movies. I think of Spider-Man 2, I think, right? The Tobey Maguire one.
Okay, what was the music in that one at the end?
It's this song that's like vindicated, I'm selfish, I was wrong, I'm
that was at the end of
I'm
Spider-Man
right.
2?
It was Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional, I think. And it's such a good song. It's kind of religious, but it's actually really good.
Wow, now I'm having a Twin Peaks moment because I had a dream about Spider-Man 2.
Really? And now I'm talking about it. That's pretty funny.
It was just Peter Parker and he needed to do his Spider-Man thing. It was a rainy day outside. He's like, it's okay, I got this Spider-Man. He hops onto the wall and he just like slides off. It's like, shit, my powers aren't working. That was at the end.
Yes. And you know what's so funny? It's right after the funeral scene. Right? So he's like, tangled on a string.
Every one
like
of the
slow spinning redemption.
Okay,
it's hilarious.
I love that movie. I love that one. I love all the Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire movies, but it's been a long time since I saw them. I think I can understand. Every one of them ends on a funeral, right?
Maybe. I think
what
maybe.
Was who died in the second one at the end? Are they there for Doc Ock?
No,
right?
Maybe I'm thinking of the first or third one.
Because in the third one, it's spoilers for the movie
it's
trilogy that ended in 2007. Yeah. The third one ended at Harry dies.
Yes,
and then the first one, I guess.
Norman
died. And I remember
maybe it was the first one.
In the first one, at the funeral, he just starts making out with Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah, there's some weird stuff about those movies in hindsight.
No, I mean, I love those movies.
They're great,
but like maybe don't make out with your girlfriend in front of like a dead guy that you're like kind of related to the death of.
Yeah, like at a funeral.
I'll do that at your funeral.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, what were we saying? Oh, music. Right. Okay, what else was on the list? The Platters, My Prayer. I've mentioned this on a different one.
I think so. Was that a Twin Peaks song?
Yeah, that's the one in the scene. Got a light.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a light.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that song. I'm listening to that. I've been listening to I Want to Be Like You. You know, from the Jungle Book.
Okay.
I never actually saw that film. Like, I want to see an animated film. I was telling my mom, like, I've been listening to this song. She's like, oh, I remember that. Because then I'm like, I'm going to watch it with my mom. I'm listening another David Lynch. No, just because we've been talking about David Lynch.
We have been talking about David Lynch a lot.
From Lost Highway. I'm Deranged by David Bowie. That song is like in the opening titles of Lost Highway and in the closing. And it ties in kind of to the theme of the movie. And
he and David Bowie were close, weren't they? David Lynch and David Bowie.
I assume so, because although it's funny because for season 3, you know how it's like obviously it's not David Bowie's voice in that.
Yeah, but I mean he passed away.
He was
at that
alive at the production of season 3.
Maybe because the log lady was alive.
Yeah.
When she passed away, like shortly before it came out. Apparently.
Yeah, and she like passed away like days after she did that final performance. But,
wow.
David Bowie. According to various YouTube comments, but it's like a consensus in what I've been seeing, so I'm kind of assuming it's true. Like, he explicitly said, like, you can use that video of me again in the season 3, but you have to because they dub over his voice when they flash back to him.
Really?
Yeah, and because he hated his American accent in that scene. He felt so embarrassed.
So funny.
I know, it was awesome. It was so good, but he was so embarrassed by it. But I'm like, dude,
he's doing like a foghorn leghorn.
Yeah,
voice.
like, no, goddamn, Bobby, damn, no.
I'm not going to tell you about
I'm
what
not
happened to
going to
Judy.
talk about Judy. Now, we're not going to talk about Judy.
We're not going to talk about
Judy
Judy at all.
But anyways, I'm Deranged. What else have I been listening to? Some of these I don't even remember listening to. I was listening to like Rose, Number One Girl. I don't even remember what that is. Is that something?
She's a K-pop singer.
Oh, maybe I added it after I heard it from you. And then something called Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams.
Oh, that's a classic. Sweet dreams are made of.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Who am I to disagree?
Yeah, and I think I mentioned I was listening to the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood soundtrack.
Yeah, I still need to watch that show.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big show,
I know.
Especially Brotherhood. Brotherhood's twice as long as the original.
And I told you, I tried to get into it, but I was just very tired.
That's very understandable.
And I napped.
Like, I got into it when I was in elementary or middle school. I watched the first Fullmetal Alchemist, then I went to Brotherhood. I meant to watch Brotherhood. I accidentally saw Brotherhood on Adult Swim when I was getting ready for like a little local run they do in a place that I lived at the time. And it was this like really disturbing scene. I'm like, dude, that looks awesome. And then I accidentally watched FMA instead of FMAB.
Well, that happens.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I got to say.
Okay. Well, that will lead us into our segment for today. And it's funny because normally we have like 2 segments, one after another, right? We have music fights and then we have the draft. But today, I want to do something a little longer, kind of a draft. So it's like an extended draft. We're going to make bingo cards.
Oh.
And these bingo cards are going to be prediction bingo cards. You're not going to write on the table. You're going to write on the notebook on your lap.
Yes, Mr. Jyesh.
And our topic is going to be aligned with something happening in April.
April Fool's Day?
Actually, the day after, which is the
wait, let me see.
Nintendo Switch 2 announcement.
Oh, gee golly, that comes after right after April Fool's Day?
I think that comes right after April Fool's Day.
How do we know it's even real?
So what we're going to do, right? We are going to predict games that will be talked about. And then we're going to talk about the soundtracks of those games. Because as you and I both agree, Nintendo games have incredible soundtracks.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of mystery about what's going to be announced for the Switch 2. And let's just say what we want, you know? Does that pen not work? You just hit like every microphone, by the way.
Yeah, well, it was funny. It'll be good.
Okay, I'm going to go get another pen, I guess. But that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be right back. And that's not too much?
No, that's perfectly fine. Okay. I like that. That's some good, big, juicy, sexy stuff.
That That'll be the bit that I use to start the episode.
Big juicy.
Some big juicy.
This is a very lopsided bingo. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm a lopsided fellow.
Also, I'm going to say that we cannot have the same bingo board.
You mean like identical?
Yes.
Can it be the same subjects but in different positions?
I kind of think no, to make it interesting.
So I assume you got this. Okay, that's fine. I assume you got this from me, right?
I did get this from
in
you.
the beginning of the new year. Me and my family, we made bingo cards of, and most of it was horrible tragedies that we think are going to happen.
Yeah. So I was like, what if we did this, but like a little nicer?
Okay,
for this
so it has to be music related.
No, it has to be video games, and then we're going to talk about that video game soundtrack.
Okay.
Like it'll be like, so for example, you could go first because I think we have the center for like a free space, and I think your free space is pretty easy for like because we also want to try to get bingo, right?
Okay, so I mean, I'm going to say Zelda Remake.
Oh, okay.
I don't like saying this because like it almost like doesn't. It's not what I want, but I've been hearing like people keep talking about like a Breath of the Wild remake, which doesn't.
That doesn't make
it
sense.
doesn't need to happen. The game's fine. The game's HD. It gives me seizures.
Ported.
Huh?
I could see it being ported.
Ported, yeah. So I don't even know if I want to say that actually. You know what? Christ. Okay.
Can I tell you what I thought you were going to say? Because you might not know that this is allowed. It's okay if you mention Mario Kart 9.
Oh. Well, I'll let you take that one.
Okay,
It's less
fine.
interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm locked in on the Zelda remake because it also just doesn't make sense. And also like a port / remake.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even lead. I mean, we could talk about the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. Okay, I'll say. But you know what else is the Switch 2 is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't make a port. They could just keep selling.
Well, they might do a deluxe version.
A deluxe version, maybe filling in the gap. I don't know. I'd love new content, but what a lot of people think is they'll have like ray tracing and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the new Switch is going to be powerful. So I'm going to say Breath of the Wild. What I'd prefer is something like maybe they'll finally release Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Switch. Because I've been wanting to play that Wind Waker re-release because apparently like I played Wind Waker up until that really annoying part. You know, you all know the ones where it's like, oh man, now you have to go and
Wind Waker HD made that much more.
Yeah, and I literally got Wind Waker on the GameCube because I had a Wii and I didn't have a Wii U, and I wasn't going to buy a Wii U just for one remake of a game that did look spectacular.
It's my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah, and I think from what I've seen, like, do you think that's the best remake they did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's any question. Maybe Link's Awakening.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just put.
You could put Zelda Remake. I'm okay with that.
You're okay with Zelda Remake?
I'm okay with Zelda Remake.
I think they're
talk a bit about the music though.
Okay, Breath of the Wild. In case they do, make a deluxe version. It's interesting, Breath of the Wild's music because it's very kind of ambient. You don't really
ambient, yeah.
I've been saying that wrong my whole life. They don't really.
Well, there's a word like ambiance.
Yeah, but okay. Shit. I'm not.
Sorry.
My brain's overwhelmed. Skyward Sword. There's so many songs. I'm like, dude, I want to listen to that right now. Like even just the Skyloft theme. I want to relax, listen to Skyloft. Girahim. I'm like, bro, I want to go on a run. I'm listening to Girahim. Or just the Skyward Sword theme itself, like what is
the
it?
The fact that they inverted
Zelda's Lullaby
to make
so
Ballad
good.
of the Goddess is so smart.
Twilight Princess also is just so marvelous. Minda's Lament, just Hyrule, just anything. But Breath of the Wild tried it and it succeeded in achieving kind of something different in its music, where it really had to be something situational to.
Yeah. It's funny too because I think they do have some iconic themes in Breath of the Wild that are very underappreciated.
That's the thing; it's kind of built to be underappreciated.
Yeah,
not that it should be underappreciated, but it's kind of built to be something you don't realize is when you're in the castle.
Yeah.
You go inside the castle versus being outside the castle. The music subtly changes.
Yeah.
And I think it's much more subdued when you're inside the castle. When you're outside the castle, it's much louder.
Yeah. Can I tell you what Zelda game I want them to remake?
Sure. Can I just wrap this up?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I just needed to say Age of Calamity turned a lot of those songs into songs I would be like, yo, I'm going to listen to this on a run. Because I love Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
I beat it before it
Koei
seized
Tecmo
me.
did a great job with that soundtrack.
They did a great job with that game.
Yes.
Underrated Switch game. No one ever talks
So
about
true.
it.
So true.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Can I tell you what game I want them to remake for a Zelda remake?
Yeah.
A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I never played that one because I didn't have a 3DS.
You didn't have a 3DS.
I skipped
A
that
Link
entire
Between
generation.
Worlds is one of my favorite Zelda games, and it's just so smart. It's so well designed. It's so tight.
always
like
looked-
every detail comes back. The world is full. The story is really interesting.
It always looked
like
really good visually to me. And
it was great, and I would love if they made an HD port of A Link Between Worlds.
I didn't finish Link to the Past. Did you ever play that?
Yes, Link
Did you finish
to
it?
the Past. No,
I started it. I got
but
stuck.
I did finish A Link Between Worlds.
I got stuck on this dungeon, and it was so open, A Link to the Past, but it was also like, I'm trying to remember, like when you're in the overworld, I think you wouldn't like when you resumed. I was playing the SNES port on the Switch.
Oh wow, I played it on the Wii.
It's like, yeah, I guess, Kevin's a fake fan, but you wouldn't resume where you saved in the overworld, right? You'd resume. It's like, that's such an old idea.
It's a very old idea.
So I like A Link Between Worlds seems like, oh, dude, like newer ideas with that kind of overworld philosophy.
Yeah.
And also I think you have like a rabbit guy, like a furry guy who actually
Shout out to Ravio.
Yeah, Ravio. There's also a rabbit guy in Spirit Tracks. There's a lot of rabbit guys.
A lot of rabbit guys in Nintendo games.
Spirit Tracks, also music. Great.
Okay, yes.
I want to HD remake of Spirit Tracks.
Actually, that would be pretty fun. We got to move on. So I'm going to talk about the next thing. Because keep in mind, we're each going to have 25 things we're going to talk about here.
Okay, your thing. You doing Kart 9?
My free space is Mario Kart 9. I just think that they've literally shown it already.
Yeah, that's your free space.
And by the way, the Mario Kart 8 soundtrack is just one of the best video game soundtracks of all time.
Yeah, it's something that I kind of take as a given because you probably just hear it all the time.
But the orchestral, compositions.
F-Zero.
They've released videos of how they've recorded the music live. Actually, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's all live instruments.
That's wonderful.
It's all incredible.
Even for
and
DLC?
the saxophone is so good. I don't know about for the DLC.
DLC, they kind of were like, yeah, let's just take the phone shit.
I mean, yeah.
So maybe not then.
The music was still good for the DLC.
Even the DLC was fun. We've had fun.
Yeah, we've had so much fun with that game.
So
Mario Kart 9, it's
glad
gonna happen.
Donkey Kong looks weird. I like his new look. I do. I like it when they're willing to reinvent shit. And with Mario, it would be so easy for them to turn stale.
Yeah.
And like once we got to the Switch, I feel like we're like, okay, we've HD'd these guys out to the point that like we need to. So like now we kind of have to start glomping up their bodies.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, is glomp like that feels like
I don't know.
something.
You said it. I'm keeping it in.
Okay.
I'll look it up. So yeah, Mario Kart 9 is my pick.
See, this is weird because we know it's getting announced in April.
Talk
right?
about things you want. It doesn't have to happen. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and like if it happens, that's awesome.
So much of what I want is in Zelda.
I mean, you could talk about like a new Zelda game too.
A new Zelda game. I will at some point. I want to talk about my dream Zelda game.
Okay.
Actually, I'll talk about my dream Zelda game now, and then I'll say what I think I'm going to put on the board because this game's not going to happen.
Well, talk about it a little
later. We'll space it out. We'll space it out.
Because again, it's a big bingo board. You're going to have spaces you need to fill.
I love Kirby as a character. I love the cartoon. Kirby Right Back at Ya, as it was on CW for Kids, if I recall. But I never really played Kirby games, so I can't really put Kirby there. Pokemon, I guess I want a new Pokemon game that picks the best out of Arceus and stuff, but I haven't played new Pokemon in ages.
I've not been a big fan of the new Pokemon games recently.
Yeah, so what do I put? I guess I could say Mystery Dungeon.
Say whatever.
As I'm getting older, the games that get me excited are narrower and narrower.
It could be an indie game. It could be anything. It could be a Sonic game. It could be third party.
Well, it's something I gotta mention, and it's something that kind of has my interest.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4 is announced for Switch. It would be kind of a dick move of them to be like, yo, it's going to be their Breath of the Wild.
I'm convinced they're going to show it, actually.
Oh, of course they're going to show it. They're going
to is that what your pick is?
I'm going to put Breath of the Wild.
You mean Metroid Prime 4?
Metroid Prime 4. Am I okay? Am I okay, guys?
Your face.
That just happens to me. That just happened to me at work, and I'm like, and so
I put it over here, I think, because then you also get the diagonal. right? And that one's probably going to happen. I'd be shocked if they didn't show Metroid Prime.
So are we talking about stuff that's going to happen at that announcement event?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Well, we'll talk a bit about the music, Kevin.
No. Real talk. Ridley's theme's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of specific to Prime, but like in Metroid, just that like that kind of the main theme that's been around since the NES, and I one time listened to this really awesome like fan remake of it. Metroid's really cool. I've been meaning to play Metroid Prime again for ages. I played 3 as a kid. I like that scene where Samus pukes. I think that's great humanizing to see.
I think the guitar of like the Metroid Prime music goes very underappreciated.
Is that like in Smash and stuff?
Well, that was my first exposure because I played Smash, then I got into Metroid after. But I think that the Metroid Prime soundtracks are like dark when they need to be and ambient when they need to be, but then they also get so exciting and lively, and they're really good.
Do you remember the Brawl demos? You can unlock demos in Brawl.
That was my first time playing Metroid. Super Metroid.
It's first time playing like every Nintendo game, like Star Fox. That's insane. They had like the entire
they really
ROM,
did. The vaults were so good in Brawl. I wish they did that in the newer games, but they can't, I guess. Yeah. So okay. Metroid Prime 4, I think that's a great pick. I love the soundtrack.
Your toyin'.
My toyin'. I've got a fun one. I'm going with Splatoon 4.
Oh, I've never played Splatoon.
Really?
Yeah, never played Splatoon.
I'm surprised by that. Splatoon is so much fun.
I wanted to, but I'm like, Splatoon 2 is probably at the end of its life cycle. I'll wait for 3.
And then Splatoon 3 is probably at the end of its life cycle. Well, I think 4 might be your opportunity.
It's going to be great.
I'm convinced they're going to make a Splatoon 4. It's been a couple of years since Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 didn't have as extensive DLC as Splatoon 2 did. And it just feels like they've been gearing up for a new Splatoon game.
Okay.
And now, musically, Splatoon is incredible. I mean, it's an aesthetic that not a lot of video games really explore. To have this like
pop idol in the game.
They have pop idols. They have like punk rock. Everything is like in this sort of grunge aesthetic and like early 2000s, which I think is a trend. An era that's coming back. We're seeing a lot of like 2000s nostalgia now.
Yeah, we brought it back with what we released.
Definitely.
We're the sole reason.
We are the sole reasons that it's back. Yeah. But it's just so interesting and compelling, and the lyrics are like great. Would you want to go to a Splatoon concert where it's like the holograms of like Callie and Marie, and like they get the holograms of the band?
If you were like, yo, I'll buy the tickets.
Right. I mean, it would be in Japan. If we were hypothetically in Japan.
Oh, are there strobe lights?
Oh, there'd definitely be strobe lights.
No.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. What are we?
So that was my second pick.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, give me seizure. That was second pick.
Yeah. Yes. Kevin seizure. Although the game wouldn't give you a seizure, I don't think.
I'll say Star Fox.
Star Fox.
I like the little I played of Star Fox 64. I never got to like the right, like I never beat even like the worst timeline. I played ages ago, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I just like that aesthetic of like space animals, not in the furry way. I just like I
you didn't have to make that specification.
Well, I did. I kind of want, what I want them to lean into? I want them to lean into being like literal fucking puppets, like Muppet, like animatronic Jim Henson fucking controlled. That should be the aesthetic. And I just think Star Fox is cool. You can have this like little Star Trek world. They had the last thing they really had. Obviously, they had Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, which was something.
It was ambitious, and I always respect that.
It was.
I never played it. Because I didn't have a Wii U, but that wasn't something that was going to sell you on a Wii U.
No.
But they also had they had a crossover to the other space shooter game, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. It was a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, and I just remember they looked really cool in it. Like Wolf was just like eating like a fucking leg of some aliens. Like, I never thought I'd miss the food on Conaria. That's not what he sounded like at all. But like
whatever he sounded like.
I never thought I need to train that. Okay, I can do it. Just give me time.
Another time.
So I'm gonna put Star Fox.
I think that's a good pick.
It's just something I think would be good.
I agree.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Okay.
Wait. I guess
your choice. Okay. While you figure that out, I'm gonna put
it here.
Okay. I'm gonna give my pick.
Yeah.
You mentioned this, and I feel like I can do this because I love Kirby games.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say I think there will be a new Kirby
There'll be a
game.
new Kirby game.
I've been playing Kirby games since I was 6, basically. And I think that Kirby is just one of the most...
No, keep going.
No, I'm gonna wait.
Listen, we can't put the actual music in because they'll sue us.
Look, I think that Kirby soundtracks are incredible. They put so much work into them, and they have these like motifs that carry throughout the whole game. They have motifs that carry from game to game. The compositions are really fun. It's another case like Mario Kart where you could like literally see Kirby symphony orchestras.
I also like how the characters go through actual plot development for some reason.
do,
like
yeah.
King Dedede, people are like, dude, he has the best plot development.
Bandana Waddle Dee is a genuinely interesting character.
And I like how part of it's kind of headcanon. Like, is he the same Waddle Dee from this game?
Yeah.
But then he got the bandana.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and then he got Brave.
I think they're like cool enough at who makes Kirby again exactly?
HAL Laboratories.
They're cool enough at HAL to do that.
They are. So I think that they should launch a new Kirby game.
I think that makes sense.
I really love
Can't
Kirby in the Forgotten Land, the 3D one.
Yeah.
If they want to do another 3D one, that's great. If they want to do another 2D one, that's great too. I'll play it no matter what.
I really want an excuse to talk about that Dream Zelda game.
Talk about the Dream Zelda game.
Okay.
Say they're making a new Zelda game. They might make a new Zelda game.
This is what I want. I want because I've always wanted them to branch out from Link, which I have done because we
Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom. I wanted. Do you know anything about Metal Gear?
Yes.
Do you know Metal Gear Solid 5?
Yes.
Okay, so in Metal Gear Solid 5,
You play as Big Boss.
you play as Big Boss, yeah, but you also first of all, Ganondorf game, just put it out.
That's what I thought you were going to talk
I was not going to say that, but I want that.
Okay.
And I'd buy that. I didn't get Echoes of Wisdom. I might get that at some point.
It's fun except for the final boss, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, that's what you've told me. No, but I was saying, hell, this game idea would actually work pretty good if you played as Ganondorf. Where in Metal Gear Solid 5, as well as a few others, how a thing you do is you're Big Boss, which means you're kind of in charge of people. Sorry. So how you recruit people like medics, or how you recruit your military is the enemies on the stage. You knock them out, and then you attach them to this thing called the Fulton device, and you basically kidnap them and brainwash them and have them join your base. And then they're walking around your base and like, oh, so glad you recruited me, boss. And I'm like, dude, I want to be able to do that in Zelda.
You want like a Lord of the Rings scale Zelda game.
I was thinking at first, I'm so glad you said the Ganondorf thing, because at first I was thinking, dude, we'll recruit Gorons. Like you played Phantom Hourglass?
Yes.
In Phantom Hourglass, there's one part where you play as a Goron, and it's so good. It's one of my favorite dungeons in the game. And then you can only do it as part of a mini game. I'm like, what the fuck? Let the Goron join my fucking pirate crew. Actually, that's what I really want. I really want a fucking pirate Zelda game. Another one where we're on the boat. But everywhere you go,
you got to put something on the board.
Okay, I'm gonna put the pirate Zelda game. Well, that's not what I'm gonna put. I'm just gonna put Pokemon Mystery Dungeon because that's what I want.
Kevin, you were just talking about a new Zelda game.
Yeah, I already had Zelda. Okay, fine, new Zelda game. I'll put new Zelda game.
I'm not gonna take Mystery Dungeon. You can talk about it next time.
Okay, I want a fucking pirate Zelda game, and you can meet a new guy every time, just like in the dungeons in Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass. You can play as another fucking dude, and as an alternative to that, I want a game where you play as Ganondorf, and you could kidnap monsters and then play as the monsters on missions and shit. And I really do want to play as a fucking Goron again. Like Majora's Mask, Phantom Hourglass gets so many points just for that. Zora.
Okay.
The Bird Girl.
Okay.
Deku.
Okay. So new Zelda game.
I put it right there.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to do it though. I think it's been too recent.
I
hope I'm wrong.
They might announce it.
Maybe they'll do a cool spin-off. Zelda spin-offs are usually really interesting.
I agree with you.
4 swords. Bring 4 swords back.
I think they might announce a new Zelda game. I don't think it's out of the question.
Okay, I hope so. Gee willikers, I hope so, mister.
Okay. Now, my next pick is another thing that you kind of touched on. So again, it's...
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can even take Mystery Dungeon if you want.
No, I'm just going to pick a mainline Pokemon game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been enough time since Scarlet and Violet, and I think that between Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus, and Scarlet and Violet, they had a lot of financial success but I also would say
not critical success.
Not critical success. And I feel like with this new game, with this new console, they're going to try to be ambitious. You know, I think that the Pokemon company has gotten a bad rap,
but we're gonna it's going to be like something like, or it's like an actual AAA games guys.
I just want like
good Pokemon. You want good Pokemon?
I want good Pokemon. I want a good art style. I want a style. I want it to look aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't need to have good graphics. It needs to have a good art style.
This is how I feel about what they're doing is that they made this transition to 3D.
Yeah.
But I had this overwhelming feeling that like this 3D transition, they still aren't getting, I don't know if it's adequate funding or adequate staffing.
They got all the money in the world.
You know, they have all the money in the world. Are they fucking spending it?
I don't know.
It's weird. Something's not being managed right.
Yeah.
It might be because this company was built making handheld games, and they were really fucking good at that. And then they're like, hey, guess what? We want you to make Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great. You know, remember those guys that made No Man's Sky? They started making the bike game. They took them a while to get there, though, because now No Man's Sky is good. Yeah. Now No Man's Sky is good, but it wasn't at first.
I'll say this. What they haven't sacrificed in the Pokemon sort of sphere is music. Music has always been
great.
The strongest thing for Pokemon. They brought Toby Fox in. Like, the Pokemon company's soundtracks are incredible, have always been incredible. So many iconic themes, so much iconic music. Every time I bring up Route 209, the one from...
That's the one I never remember.
No, that's one that's like...
Which game's that from? Is that in Diamond?
Yeah, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I also got to do that.
I want to play Diamond.
Right? It's so good.
You know what
I
want to feel like? I want to feel like a fucking little kid in a crazy big world with fucking... Okay, I need to stop saying fucking. That's I apologize.
No, it's fine.
We've had this conversation off camera.
You want to feel like
you were like, you need to stop saying that word as like a verbal goth.
Yeah,
is that the word goth? But
yeah.
By the way, this pen works now.
That's great.
But yeah, no, I want to feel like you felt like a little kid in the other games.
Yeah,
and it helped. A huge part of that was the perspective of the camera.
Yeah.
Because if you actually look at those games, like, you know, those towns are the size of streets.
They are.
And that world is the size of a town.
It felt lived in.
But it felt lived in, and it felt big. Yeah. Because you had this tiny perspective. It's like the same reason Silent Hill feels so scary. You have this tiny render distance.
Yeah, I replayed Heart Gold for a Nuzlocke recently.
Yeah, you did Nuzlocke.
I did.
I tried that once on Twitch. It
didn't go very well for me, but I loved it so much. Like, still,
I never played Heart Gold. Oh, I have a copy in my house. I should play it.
They're my favorites.
You know what?
Them and Platinum.
What do
I was a Gen 4 guy.
You know what I'm gonna put? I'm gonna put something based on how much I want. I'm sorry, is it okay if I
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put, remember they did like Cadence of Hyrule?
Cadence of Hyrule, yeah.
Are you sure it's not pronounced Candance? Because it's like you can dance.
No, that's not how it is.
I don't know, is that an actual name? Cadence?
It's Cadence.
Cadence? Is that an actual name?
That's an actual name.
Cadence of, are you sure?
Yes.
Cadence
is a real word.
Cadence of, what's cadence mean?
It's like, okay, have you heard people talk about like rappers and be like, oh, they have like a really nice flow there.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's like the rhythm of the melody. Cadence. That is what cadence is. They have a really nice cadence.
Cadence. Okay, so I'm saying like an indie game, studio developed game with a Nintendo property. Because I thought that was really clever what they do.
I think that's a great idea.
All right, like fuck, give Toby Fox Undertale. I mean, give Toby Fox Earthbound.
Give Toby Fox Undertale.
Yeah, give it back.
Actually, a Toby Fox Earthbound game would be so good.
Oh, now I kind of want to say Earthbound, but anything Earthbound. Mother 3.
Mother 3. We're never getting Mother 3.
Reggie set a man on fire rather than give us Mother 3. I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'll say indie-led Nintendo game.
I like that idea.
But then again, would they say that now, or would they leave that for an indie direct?
You know, I think we would get it now, honestly.
Yeah. I've been. That's the only reason I wrote Nindo. Nintendo game. Every time I watch an indie direct, It's just to see if that happens again. They did that the first one, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, that's awesome. That's the kind of shit we expect. And they never did it again.
Never did it again.
And I'm like, dude, just give...
The closest we have is Pokemon Go, but that's not an indie company.
Yeah, that was still fucking...
And that was 2016.
What did they make before Pokemon Go?
They also did like Mario Run. They did the Fire Emblem game.
No, yeah,
they did an
I meant
Animal Crossing
Niantic.
game.
What did Niantic make before
I don't
Pokemon?
know.
I think they did do something else.
Something like Pokemon Go.
Yeah. And then Five Nights at Freddy's made their own Pokemon Go. That was weird.
An indie-led Nintendo property would be really interesting.
There's some properties that they just don't even touch.
There's so many that they don't touch, and they'd be great.
Yeah, well,
we might get into some of them.
Yeah,
so you don't want to give everything away.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's a great fifth pick, and I'm gonna make my fifth pick now. So right now I've got Mario Kart 9, Splatoon 4, Kirby, Pokemon, right? And I think for this fifth spot, I'm gonna take the opportunity to claim they might tease a new Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, that it would make sense from just like a timing perspective. It would just be like, it's so bold to do it without Sakurai. I definitely a Smash Bros thing. I'm wondering if they're just going to be ultimate.
I wouldn't
Smash
be surprised.
Brothers Ultimate squared.
We might see a port of Ultimate, and that might be all it is, with just more shit.
I mean, I don't think just a port would make sense because again, we're
it's backwards compatible.
Yeah, but like just add more characters. Like just add freaking. Hell, even maybe they'll just do a port, but also have the new shit be available like for $40.
Yeah,
for the old game. But like have like, yo man, this is Ridley's son. It's Tiny Ridley. I actually really want that.
What?
I no, like as a character, like how you have like Bowser Jr. Well, Bowser Jr. doesn't play like Tiny Bowser, which I actually always wanted. I wanted like a tiny Bowser.
Kevin, what?
No, just hear me out. It's a character. It's just he's like Ridley, but he's just a tiny little fucking Ridley. Like, yo, it's Ridley's son. He's not. I'm not talking about putting him in any game before. I'm just saying.
I'm commandeering this conversation. I'm commandeering this conversation.
I need to write a note to Nintendo.
The Super Smash Bros. Video game soundtracks are incredible. From the very first game, like sometimes the Smash themes become more iconic than the Nintendo music that's in them, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like they've even given life to some forgotten soundtracks from the past too.
And there's like a Donkey Kong Country theme that like I overheard it someday. I'm like, oh yeah, this was from Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, the Subspace Emissary, so good. That's what I want in a new Smash.
Yeah,
actually, if they just ported Ultimate and brought the Subspace Emissary for Ultimate,
well, I mean, like
that's enough.
An equivalent,
not the literal but an equivalent Subspace Emissary
with cutscenes.
Yes,
that's what we really want.
That is what we really want. We want cutscenes. We want like a plot.
I like the beat 'em up shit, but I want cutscenes.
I want an Avengers level Nintendo story.
Yes,
it doesn't have to be a movie.
It can be World of Lights gameplay with cutscenes.
That would have been so good.
That's what I thought it was going to be. And then we had
not.
3 cutscenes. And 2 of them were the same fucking thing.
They were cool cutscenes though. But that was
the first one was cool. The rest of them were stupid.
Kind of.
I like seeing Sephiroth cut fucking...
Sephiroth was great.
That was a great trailer.
I'm so excited for character reveal trailers again in Super Smash Bros. Those would give me life.
Okay, Ridley's son and Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, so Smash. I think that's going to get teased.
I'm not kidding about Ridley's son.
You're so weird. Continue.
You know what? Maybe it's because I like Spyro.
That's exactly
Actually, unrelated to this, an announcement I hope will happen is Spyro 4.
Do you want to put that on your list?
No, because... It's gonna fucking come out. I'm gonna be like, God damn, no! There's so much shit now. Actually, that's flooding.
You have a lot of spots still. We've done 5 picks.
New Yoshi game.
Okay, put it down. I'm just gonna cut all this out.
No,
I'm kidding. But it's very unpleasant to hear right now. The deep breathing, maybe.
If you cut that out, like
put a new Yoshi game.
Save it for like a short. Like if you cut it out, just like no context short.
Okay. Kevin.
Okay.
talk about a new Yoshi game.
Oh, well, fuck. I've only played the fucking one that was the SNES one was put on the Game Boy, and I've always meant to play more. But then I've heard that, like,
Why do you want one?
because it's fucking fun. You're like the little Yoshi, you got the baby Mario, and then, like, if they hit you, it goes in little bubbles, like, traumatizing scream of a child, and then you have to, like, get him back, or he gets kidnapped for life, and then you get eggs, and just fucking throw an egg. You can eat people, and then you shit them out, and you throw the shit at people's face. Imagine that it's hyper-realistic Yoshi game, except you, like, shit.
You're taking this in a very different direction than what we're trying to do.
Awesome. Okay, it's great platforming, great music, very relaxing music. Okay, it's great. It's good time. The bosses.
You're done.
The bosses. Cameron gives them the juice.
Okay. So your sixth pick is a new Yoshi game.
Yeah, I should play Yarn.
I really liked
Woolly World, I meant.
I really liked Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
I would think a Woolly World would be pretty cool.
I heard Woolly World's like a way to ruin your friendship, though.
Really?
I heard it's like really hard co-op.
Oh shit.
We should play.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
Anyway, so now, okay, Pokemon, Mario Kart 9, Splatoon 4, Smash, Kirby. You haven't picked this yet, even though I feel like it.
No, go ahead, take it.
It's okay. I think they're gonna make a new Mario 3D platformer.
Oh, it's so strange because I loved Odyssey, and then they didn't have that El Delfino DLC that everyone thought they were going to have, and that pissed me off. Isn't that weird? Is that a weird thing? I just realized right now I've been stewing over that fact for ages. Like they saw like the El Delfino symbol in one like promotional image and people were like, oh, they're going to go to El Delfino. But then people are pretty sure they scrapped that and turned into Bowser's Fury, which I also want to play.
Bowser's Fury seems great. I've never actually played it.
Oh, right. Because you already have it on the Wii U. So why would you get the... So, isn't that a weird thing? I just realized I have this bizarre, irrational
I don't
resentment.
understand you
No,
sometimes.
I want it. No, I'm a fuck.
Anyway, let me talk about it for a moment. Right?
Yeah.
So Mario Odyssey had an incredible soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like it was such an eclectic group of worlds and songs.
What's eclectic means? I mean, like different?
Different.
Yeah. What was the first one? It was a weird...
There was like the dinosaur place that was very like Jurassic Park inspired.
Yeah, and then the ghost place.
And then the ghost place, the pyramids.
Dong City.
I think the desert one was my favorite.
That is the best one. I was
just
kind of
the like guitar and like...
The desert one? Yes! Oh, and you hear... The Odyssey is a game where you hear the music from Odyssey everywhere.
Too, with like such ambient noise.
I gotta play that game again. That game was good.
Yeah, it really was.
Even the co-op was still pretty good compared to other like weird halfway co-op
and
things.
It was the first time we had a lyrical theme of a Mario game with Jump Up Superstar, which was so good.
I listened to that.
I love when they lean into that like kind of 60s aesthetic.
I love when they lean into lyrical shit with Nintendo.
That too. World of Light. We just talked about it.
Oh, I'm gonna.
But I also have to mention my favorite Mario 3D platformers are actually the Mario Galaxy games.
No, that's
I think that those have the more like spacey orchestral instrumentals.
Yeah.
That's my shit. I fucking love the Mario Galaxy music.
Yeah, I love fucking Mario Galaxy.
I can say it because I don't do it that much.
Yeah.
But that just shows how much the Mario Galaxy games are my favorite video games of all time. And I would, if they did a Mario Galaxy 3, I'd die.
I can make it happen. Should I go? Or
yeah, your turn.
There's another one I wanted to mention, but I'm not going to mention because I'm not as hyped for this kind of game, and I've actually never played it. So instead, I'm going to mention Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which I mentioned before.
You did mention that before.
I'm putting that right. I'm going to put that right in the middle thing because I actually want to believe. And I will take a remake of I guess Explorers of Sky. I never played Explorers of Sky. I played Explorers of Dark. Time? I played Explorers of Time.
I played Sky, but not Darker Time.
Well, isn't Sky like the better one?
Yeah, it has like shaman and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's funny. I actually beat it. I got to the credits, but I thought there was more game. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I guess I didn't beat it. But then it was like hard as fuck. But I realized that now that's the after game. Okay, I'm getting a million. Are you hearing this?
Well, I did. I heard it when you pointed it out.
I don't think the microphone's picking up. But anyways, really loved Explorers of Time. It got stolen. But I like it's another game where you could beat up your enemies and they join everything's forgiven. Don't worry, everything's forgiven.
You're like, join us.
Yeah, you beat them up. No, I meant about the stolen. But you can beat up your enemies and they join you, and that's just like so fucking cool, man. I love that shit.
Yeah, and the stories were so good.
Stories, dude, the time travel, the Grovile. That Dark. What's that guy's name?
Darkrai?
No.
Oh.
He was like that. He's like, yo, man, this guy's the coolest. Yeah, man, he's the coolest.
It was like Dusknoir, right?
Yeah, Dusknoir and
you gotta play the Mystery Dungeon games if you haven't already.
They're great.
And since we're a music channel, the soundtrack is incredible too. That's like the main theme is like the da 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 da. It's so catchy. It's so like upbeat, and yet they also get really like epic and adventurous for like the final bosses.
I need to play it again. It's been so long.
There's this YouTube channel called like Glitch City that has done remixes of the Pokemon
I feel like I must have
Mystery Dungeon games, and they're epic. So I would love either a remake or a new Mystery Dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's on your?
That's a good question. I got my big 6 out of the way with Pokemon, Kirby, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Mario, and Smash. So I'm going to say another one that I actually don't think this is going to happen right away, but I could see it happening soon, which is a new Animal Crossing.
I was going to put that. I was going to put that like on my main row.
Yeah, I'm putting it on the main row too.
I didn't say it because I'm not an Animal Crossing guy.
I was never that big into Animal Crossing guy until New Horizons came out during COVID, and I just played it over and over.
I hope they put Doom Guy in the next one to acknowledge. I like that.
I think they might. It's such a kind canon relationship.
Yeah, everyone likes that. It's like it makes sense for Doom Guy. I don't know if it makes sense for Isabelle. I don't know.
Isabelle deserves like just a nice guy.
Someone to stop her from getting hurt.
Yeah. But the Animal Crossing soundtracks, it goes without saying, also incredible.
Okay.
Like it's much more like calm and subdued than most other Nintendo game soundtracks.
I can't think of a song from Animal Crossing.
I can think of so many. Well, because you never played the Animal Crossing.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Smash.
So your only real exposure is the Smash.
Yeah. Wait. What's the guy that plays
KK Slider?
Yeah,
I like that they have like diegetic concerts in the game. Diegetic meaning it's like happening in the world.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Just such a good game and such a good series. I would love it if they announced a new Animal Crossing.
Where you have nowhere to run meme when the guy's dancing, the cat guy's dancing, and they put it in ahead of time.
Yes.
Like there's no one here to just...
You might be right. Yeah.
Like I don't know if it originated from the game, but it originated from the like the idea of it.
Sure.
Oh crap, what do I do? Gee willikers.
I know, I stole your thunder.
Gee willikers, what do I do? I tell you,
So this is your 8th pick.
Oh God.
Again, we could start getting into stuff that you want.
Stop. Come on.
You did it to yourself.
I did it. I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird mode today because I got a lot of sleep after getting very little sleep the night before.
Yeah.
And that puts me in a panic because I'm like readjusting my brains.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
There's a few options I got. None of them are necessarily probability going to happen, but they'd be
with what you want.
Something Earthbound.
Okay, write it down somewhere.
It's not going to happen. That's just me throwing away the fucking space.
It might.
It might every fucking year.
Do you remember Earthbound Origins? When they remade Origins. Mother 1?
Yeah, they threw us a fucking bone like, hey, we already made it. Yeah. We already made the game 20 years ago.
Yeah. We might as well come out with it.
Yeah, might as well fucking throw you a little fucking thing to lick our boots at.
Mother 3 is probably not going to happen, but...
Is that ridiculous?
Yeah.
That is so stupid that we say that. It is like a beloved game. It wouldn't cost that much to translate it. They could probably even just get the fan port and ask very politely, hey, can we take this? But no, God forbid we let people have nice things. I'm mad.
I see that. I don't think that's unfair.
Or even HD remake in the style of like Link's Awakening of Earthbound.
I think they could.
Okay, where does it deserve to be?
I don't know.
I don't have too much faith in it.
If you don't have much faith in it, then I wouldn't put it in like a diagonal slot.
I'm gonna put it. Are diagonals good? Okay.
I'd put it like in the eye.
Eyes are the same one I have Metroid Prime 4 in.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, fuck it. Wrathbound.
Okay.
You got nothing for Urath?
That's an Invincible joke.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And I again also goes without saying, but the Earthbound soundtracks so good.
Yeah.
Like very very Western influence, and then you see that Undertale took a lot of influence from them too.
Obviously, and I feel like a lot of games
took influence from Earthbound soundtrack. So good.
Yeah, I mean, love of God, since people have been waiting for like a translation of a Game Boy game, there have been like fan games that have been called Mother 4 and then have stopped calling themselves Mother 4 because they're afraid of the sort of Daphocles.
I don't know what that means.
That means there's like a sword dangling over your head and it's going to drop any second. And like whenever you have a fan game, that's always there. It's like, oh man, we're putting hundreds of hours of work. I hope we don't get killed.
For what it's worth, it's not impossible. Like, no, I never thought that we'd get a Metroid 2 remake, and then we got a Metroid 2 remake.
You know what's funny? I don't even play Earthbound. I'm just saying all this out of principle.
Okay. I mean, I have played Earthbound, and I think it's really
I want to play Earthbound. I'm probably going to play. Maybe I'll play when I get home.
That feels like a game that you'd like.
Yeah, no, I think I'd really like it. Yeah. I love Deltarune. I didn't play Undertale because I was a teenager. I wasn't making my own money, so I just watched it on YouTube.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, Earthbound, that is your pick. Mm-hmm. We're getting to a tricky spot here, but I'm going to make one that I don't think is going to happen, but I'd love it if it did.
I mean, I just did, so go ahead.
F-Zero.
I was going to put that, Captain Falcon's Space Adventure.
I just want like a straight up F-Zero.
Well, we actually have had an F-Zero more recent than Earthbound.
F-Zero 99.
I count that. If we get like an F-Zero...
that's why I don't think it's impossible. And I loved F-Zero 99. I was like addicted to it when it came out.
208. Yeah, F-Zero 208. I'd go for it.
Yeah.
Is that math right?
Well, no. It was
198.
That's not how it works, Kevin. They've been doing the letters, right?
No, I'm saying add 99 plus 99 for a sequel.
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I'm saying, did I do my math right?
99 plus 99. That's 198.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not what they're going to do, though. I mean, if anything, it'll be
obviously not, but it'd be fucking hilarious.
If anything, it'll be called like UX or SX.
You've never seen those fan games like Super Mario?
No, I've seen like the Super Mario 63 and like
or like 128.
Yeah,
you never seen it? No,
that's all.
I love that. It's so stupid.
It's pretty funny. But anyway, F-Zero, right? What would you want from a new F-Zero game? Because I feel like they were going in a very like gritty, realistic direction with the games, with like X and GX.
You know what? I think they definitely should keep the multiplayer aspect they recently did.
Yes.
I think they should make the Fortnite of all racing games.
Yeah, I'd be okay if it's not like that sort of like gritty kind of like heavy guitar aesthetic, but I think that's probably
you don't want the heavy guitar aesthetic.
I don't know if I need it, because 99 wasn't really that, and they also the other most recent F-Zero thing, which F-Zero fans might get mad at me for bringing up, is the Nintendo Land minigame.
Yes,
which was also
why would they get
not
mad at you for that?
F-Zero fans really didn't like that.
That's so weird.
I loved it so much, but I think that it's just kind of a tease.
I want them to bring those characters back, though. I want like the guy with a brain in a jar that walks around. And I want
that was the strongest part of the F-Zero later games, like the story and the characters.
You know what I would actually like? They don't need to go this direction, but I'd love if they did. Is like the really badly motion captured like cutscenes. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like, I'm Captain Falcon. Like, I love that shit. If you know my channel, I kind of like, I don't like to consider my stuff bad, but like, I love overacting with the characters, and that works for my art style because it's kind of like bobbleheady. Yeah. But anyways, I'd like it. Okay, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I'm gonna. This isn't like one. I've never played this. Okay, but I'm just gonna say Fire Emblem. I'm kind of surprised.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a great pick.
And music wise, you know that song like "You are the ocean's great waves, destined to sing life beyond the shore, just out of reach."
I love that. I love that. song. I didn't love the game.
Yeah, that's what I've heard universally. And there's a Silva Gunner as a version where it combines that with the Skyward Sword theme. And it's like almost perfect, but it's not quite. I think there's fan reposts that made it perfect.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while since we've had a new Fire Emblem, hasn't it?
has it? We've had like 2 on the Switch.
But even still, that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
The Joy-Con hair girl?
Yeah, that was like 2 or 3 years
Do people
ago.
like the Joy-Con hair girl game?
I don't actually know, but I think it's been like 2 or 3 years. The last Fire Emblem game I played was Awakening, actually.
I feel like it's going to happen.
I do think that's
But I do think Fire Emblem kind of lost some momentum. I mean, Three Houses I was hearing all about. Everyone thought Three Houses was the coolest shit because it was a really cool premise. But then there was the Joy-Con girl game, and then I don't know anything about that game. I know you can summon Fire Emblem characters from other shit.
I also don't know anything about it.
But exactly. So it lost some momentum.
Look, regardless, though, I think they're going to announce a new Fire Emblem game because Fire Emblem is really popular.
Or at least a remake.
Or a remake. And you know what I think happened? Because for a while, Intelligent Systems, who makes the Fire Emblem games, was working on the Advanced Wars remake, right? But if you remember...
Did that get delayed because of Ukraine or something?
I think it got delayed because of Ukraine.
Do they work from Ukraine or does it take place in Ukraine?
I think it was just like... oh, this might be a little too close to actual real world events. So they delayed
does it take place in Ukraine?
I don't know. I've never played it.
Call of Duty didn't stop shit.
Look. Regardless, I think that was part of the delay in a new Fire Emblem. And now with the Switch 2 coming out, it just makes sense for them to come out with a new Fire Emblem game. So I think that's a great pick. I really do. And now it's my turn. I'm going to make a pretty similar pick for a series that's seen a lot of success on the Switch that I think they'll continue, which is a Xenoblade Chronicles 4.
Oh, I've never been too invested in Xenoblade.
Right. I played Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I actually had a pretty good time.
That one seems the most interesting to me because it's multiplayer and you can be giant robots.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I like the characters. I like the music a lot. I actually used to study to the soundtracks, even though I never played the game.
No, I mean, the soundtracks are great.
Enemy,
don't get the wrong idea.
Unfinished Battle. I think that the protagonist of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was like not the biggest part.
I know nothing about Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
So I think that they're just going to make a 4th one. And
I forgot there
this
was
is the guy.
3.
This is the guy. He's going to be in Smash.
I only know that in 3 they have like DLC with 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know anything about 3 really. So I think that they're going to make a 4th one. I'm convinced they're going to make a 4th one. I think that it might even be in this Switch Direct. Actually, I'm going to move it because I didn't have it on the diagonal, but now I'm going to put it on the diagonal.
But I'm not sure if it'll really apply to the Switch too because the technology is not that different. Is that in the Wii, we had Wii Sports.
Yes.
And then in the Wii U,
I think Nintendo Land.
Yeah, Nintendo Land.
There was a Wii Sports game also.
There was a Wii Sports, but I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Then the Switch had Switch Sports.
And with the Switch, but the Switch Sports wasn't really, they had like 1-2 Switch. I'm talking about
like a launch title.
Tech demo-ish
game.
And
Nintendo Land was after Wii U.
Good. Like Nintendo Land is the shit.
I love Nintendo
I hadn't played it till I started playing like with him.
Imagine if they made Nintendo Land 2.
Well, they can't. Oh, 2. Yeah, they can't do a port because the Wii U is...
But Nintendo Land 2.
Nintendo Land 2 would be pretty doperific.
I would love that. We need Monita back.
Is that the robot?
That's the robot.
That's the robot. She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. The Metroid levels were really fun.
I love them. And the Zelda...
The Zelda one. We beat
Luigi's Mansion, the Mario, the Animal Crossing. Yeah. As our friend... calls it the fork and the knife.
Oh no, the fork and the knife.
Yes.
Yeah, our friends like, oh my god, wait, do you have the game with the fork and the knife?
Yeah. We were like, what?
The Animal Crossing one's pretty.
So you're gonna put like a tech demo-ish
tech demo.
I think that's a great
fair?
Thing.
Am I allowed to be
I love that.
Okay.
And they've done that since the Wii, so it's definitely gonna happen.
This is the thing. What's new enough about the Switch that would, because
Switch 2. Well, did you hear there's like a patent for
mouse the smell-o-vision.
There's a patent for like the mouse pad functionality.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. That completely changes everything I've been thinking about. Because that means I should be thinking about shooters more.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4 is going to have that mouse function.
I think it will. Yeah.
Right?
I think that was a great pick. And real quick on the music of those games.
Yeah.
All incredible. Nintendo Land, great soundtrack. Wii Sports, great soundtrack. We Fit, great soundtrack too. Underrated soundtrack.
I count We Fit in the tech demo.
I counted too.
Although it was also its own.
It was later, but it still counts as like a tech demo. Anyway, So it's funny because you were talking about the shooting functionality. I'm going to pick my first third-party game.
Okay.
I'm pretty convinced that this could happen. I don't know that it will. But just based off the popularity, I think they're going to put Marvel Rivals on the Switch too.
You've been oh wow, actually that would be perfect.
Right? That's the perfect game.
Can
for
I
the
do
Switch
my
too.
third party? Unless you want to talk about Marvel music.
I do want to talk about Marvel Rivals.
Wait, you haven't played that yet, right?
I haven't, but I've been watching it obsessively.
If that's on the Switch too, I'll play that with you.
I would love that. Yeah. It looks like so much fun, and the music really good. Like the trailer themes.
Yeah.
They're really leaning into like the kind of Overwatch aesthetic, but they're also bringing their own like Nintendo influence and like anime influence too.
You know,
I watch my video about Marvel Rivals for my thoughts about the soundtrack because it's just incredible.
You know, I love TF2. I haven't played as much Overwatch. I played a bit, but one of the things I love about TF2 is like you felt like you were this guy of the 9 characters you picked, and like everything about your movement and your motion,
like particular.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you have your own power set, and it's like, dude, let's do that for superheroes. You could web sling. You could Loki's in it. Who else has an interesting movement? Like Doctor Strange. Yeah, I assume he has his portals.
I'd be shocked if they didn't put Marvel Rivals on the Switch.
Can I put mine?
Sure.
Dragon Ball Z Sparking. This game that I can probably get it on my computer, but I prefer to keep my computer kind of usually for like creative projects, and so I usually get smaller games. And this game's like 30 gigabytes, which I can afford to do. But it's a laptop, and I prefer to use that just for rendering and animating and stuff. And I like to have games on consoles. So I have an Xbox One. I don't have an Xbox Series S, so I can't play Sparking, but I don't have enough of a motivation to get a Series S or anything like that. But if this comes out, I'm probably going to get the new Switch. And if this comes out on a new Switch, I still might not play the game because it might cause me to have a seizure. Right. I don't know. But if I feel brave enough, I definitely will, because I've talked about it on this channel before. I love the Budokai Tenkaichi series, and it looks so good. And I was hearing about it for ages, and it was like, great, yeah, no, just crush my soul, just, you know. That really worked. Really worked well. So
it even got picked up on the mic.
Yeah. So Sparking. Where am I going to put Sparking? I'm going to put Sparking here.
I think that's a good spot for it. Okay. Now is my biggest wish. This is actually the game that I want the most for the Switch 2. It is my favorite 3DS game.
Oh, I can't guess it.
Yes.
Kid Icarus. That should happen.
We don't know what Masahiro Sakurai is working on right now. We know he's working on a video game.
We do. Okay.
We do. He's said it on his YouTube channel.
I thought he said, I don't really like video games anymore. I'm done with it.
No, he's done with Smash, but he's working on a video game.
I love that.
Kid Icarus Uprising is one of my favorite video games of all time.
Even a port of Kid Icarus Uprising I'd love, because I never played it because it never 3DS.
You know what? I'd be okay with that too, but I just want more. I think Kid Icarus Uprising's soundtrack is incredible. It's like guitar integration is great. Every theme is like iconic. They had nothing to work off of. Right?
It basically was a new property at that point.
It was a new property, and they brought this like iconic just sense of like grandiosity
and new characters.
Epicness, new characters. It's a world. It feels lived in.
You know what they were working on? They were working off of what Smash worked on.
Yes,
with Brawl. They
which
literally
was also Sakurai.
Yeah. So Sakurai, I think, just got a taste for it in Brawl and was like, "Fuck it, let's do a whole thing."
Yeah. So if they made a new Kid Icarus, I would be a happy camper. That's all I will say.
My biggest experience with it is I just like listen to all the like conversations they have.
Oh, yes.
And I like that.
Because Miguel is also obsessed with Kid Icarus.
Is he?
Yes.
I just listen to it on YouTube, and I love it. My favorite one's the one where like Palutena gets the belts. It's like whipping.
Why do you think Miguel plays Dark Pit in Smash?
Because of the belt?
Well, no, because just...
You kind of went over what I just said.
I didn't actually hear you.
I was like, what are you talking?
I was writing, I looked down.
I was shit posted there. You.
I was like, what did I just walk into? Okay, Kid Icarus, that's the belt.
Yeah, the belt where she's like, it's under attack, and starts whipping him and stuff.
Anyway.
I have to say something now.
Yeah.
What do I say? Shit.
Stop leaning on the microphone.
Oh, that's why you were stressed.
Yes.
I thought you were exasperated by the fact that
you're moving it up by doing this.
Okay. But see, there's like 1,000,010 Zelda things I want. I'm gonna go cuckoo crazy. I'm gonna say an announcement outside of the console, and maybe it'll say something about this mythical Zelda movie.
Whoa.
Remember that? That's a thing that's still happening.
You think we're going to get a trailer for the Zelda movie?
Or not even a trailer, but maybe it'll be like, we're going to announce an announcement.
They're announcing.
We're going to announce. We're going to do an announcement. I can see that happen. They've done that 3 times with this goddamn thing. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to talk about this next year.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about this in April. And then in April, they're going to be like, hey, man, I'm so glad you all, like, 500,000 of you tuned. It was like, no, it's going to be way more than 500,000 tuning in.
It's going to be like millions.
Millions tuned in for the trailer. We're just here to tell you we're officially going to be doing, we're going to revive E3 and show you the actual game there. And then it's going to be E3. And it's like, hey guys, thank you so much. It's coming out in 2028.
Yep.
Oh, right. No, I'm sorry. Just movie stuff in general.
Okay.
Because they're branching out into that, or you know what? Can I go broader and say like non-video game stuff, like including like their freaking theme parks and stuff? No, too broad.
I guess you can.
Are you sure?
You can. I'm fine with that. I'm
non-video game stuff. I'm gonna put that right here in this.
Sure.
No, I'll put it like right here.
Sure.
Non-video game stuff, because I'm dying to know who's playing Linko.
That is the question. Who is your dream cast for that movie?
We've talked about this. I need, and we haven't talked about my answer. I need them to get Macaulay Culkin from the past and like bring him in time and make him young Link and then age him up to Macaulay Culkin now. I don't even know what he looks like. And
he's doing well. Actually.
Yeah. Tom Holland in like 2015 when I think they actually were planning to make a show.
Yeah, I mean,
but like
he
got canceled to leave.
worked.
Yeah, I think there was rumors that he was going to be Link.
Yeah.
You want Tom Holland for anything where it's like a young adult.
Pretty much,
honestly.
Yes. But there's other.
I'll make
good
a movie
actors
of my
who could do
life.
it.
It'll be Tom Holland.
Yeah. I'll be Timothy Chalamet in that movie.
Who's Timothy Chalamet?
He's the Dune guy.
Oh, that guy's great. No, but Timothy Chalamet.
He'd also make a good Link.
No, I don't want.
But I think he's a little older now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your stuff is non-Nintendo stuff, or non-video game Switch 2 stuff.
So this is a big one.
It's a big one. That's why we didn't do a little thing before.
Yeah.
So okay, my next thing that I think I'm gonna say, I got in most of the ones that I was like, these are the ones I want to say. So I'm very thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think, we might get a new Mario RPG of some sort.
Oh, we just got one though.
We had like a big year of them, but they all did pretty well.
New Paper Mario.
New
proper Paper Mario.
I'm just gonna say RPG in general.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a good guess. Because I mean, we did get a shit ton actually. We got the Paper Mario 1000-Year Door remake, and we got Mario and Luigi just came out, and we got Mario RPG remake.
It's not the most likely because of that.
Yeah.
But it's also not impossible. It would be fun.
I'm sorry. I'm
and again, fantastic music in those games too. All right, let's go rapid fire.
Are they still making Just Dance?
Probably, yeah.
Just Dance 2025.
Just Dance 2025. That's a good safe one.
It'll be in that montage. Here are some other games coming up.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, oh man, I really give a shit about that.
What song do you think they'll play in the Just Dance 2025 teaser? I think it'll be like Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
What?
Not like us in
Imagine they have like
in a Nintendo Direct would be hilarious.
Mario's in the fucking trailer.
Oh my god! And he's dancing to Not Like Us.
Yeah,
that would be so good.
Okay, we're rapid fire.
I wish that would happen. Okay. Something Dragon Quest related. I feel like they usually have a Dragon Quest thing in these. So that's that pick for me.
Silksong?
Is that going to happen? It's been so long.
It's been so long, but it hasn't been longer than fucking Earthbound.
No. I think Silksong.
But like every time they have an announcement of any kind, what's like the worst one to put something?
Worst one? I'd go like on the outside, but not a corner or the middle.
I don't want to put next to Sparking because I actually want that to happen.
Okay.
I'll put it next to Dance.
If we did get Silksong stuff, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say a new Octopath Traveller.
Oh, what is that game?
They were really fun. There were two
cool.
like RPGs that were really good. I think we might see a third Octopath Traveller. Octopath Traveller 3.
I always had this thought in my head when I was younger. It was like there'd be an announcement for like the Xbox One or something, but like I still hadn't gotten to that console level yet.
Right.
So I was thinking like, when's this going to come out for the Wii? When's it coming out for the Nintendo DS?
Yeah. Your turn, Kevin.
It's kind of tricky. We're actually kind of narrow.
We're getting to the kind of zone where it's like, are these really going to happen?
It's something they always have, and you're always pissed that like, oh, who gives a shit?
I know. I'm thinking of that. Like a Harvest Moon is what comes to mind. Because I'm like, who the fuck plays Harvest Moon?
Yeah,
I'm sorry to the Harvest Moon
now.
fans.
I mean, come on.
I feel like we're gonna get like something like that. There's always like a farming game.
Doesn't Nintendo release anything like that? I'm usually excited for Nintendo things.
About what?
Like a game, does Nintendo have a property you don't want to see any more of? No, right?
Not really.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to say that. I'll put Sonic.
I could see that happening. Sonic's had a big couple years. I feel like they've gotten back a lot of the fan base that they kind of lost with like Sonic and Shadow Generations.
Didn't they make like a 4-player platform or something?
I think they did a couple really good Sonic games.
Yeah,
in the last like, 2 years. Last year was the year of Shadow, so
yeah,
that was
everyone
really
loved
successful.
that.
Everyone loved that, and the Sonic movie was great.
Oh right,
yeah. So I think we're gonna see new Sonic stuff. I think that's a great pick. Also. I'm eventually going to make a video about the Sonic soundtracks, so I don't feel bad that we're not really going to address that.
Okay.
I think that's a good pick. Here's my pick. It's a little out there, I guess. I think we're going to get a Punch-Out.
Oh, that would be perfect because everyone's gonna have Joy-Cons that actually work.
Joy-Cons that actually work, and even if they don't, like, just I love a Punch-Out. Punch-Out's been kind of in limbo. It's been in limbo with next level games, and I love the Wii Punch-Out. Are you writing that for like a character for your animation?
I think that'd be funny.
Limbo. It's Limbo time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's Limbo. I'm Limbo. You guys like this? This is the crazy process.
If Little Mac was good in Super Smash Bros., he'd be the character.
He's still fun in Super Smash Bros.
Fun.
He's always
I
fun.
love playing him.
There we are. Metal Gear. Because they brought Metal Gear back. We have Metal Gear Delta coming out.
We sure do.
And that's a big game.
If that came to the Switch, I'd play it. I don't know if I'll like it, but I'd probably play it.
Well, it's just Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
No, it's like mechanically identical to Metal Gear Solid 3.
Then
it's just with current graphics.
That's pretty cool. Okay. I think that's a good pick. I almost picked Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 4.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought of that.
I think that's one where we'd see and we'd be like, how did I not see that coming?
I missed.
Yeah.
Wario! Wario?
Oh, a WarioWare?
A Wario game.
Yeah,
Is that
Wario game.
too broad?
I'm fine with Wario.
Do I need to say WarioWare?
No, you could say Wario game. I think that's a good pick.
I'll put Wario here.
Okay. I think that's fun. All right, here's
Waluigi Space Adventure.
Here's my like pie in the sky. This is not going to happen, but I'd love it if it did. A Golden Sun game.
Oh.
Yeah, like the Game Boy Advanced ones.
It wasn't the last Golden Sun thing like this weird DS game?
And it sucked, and I played it, but it was fine.
Did?
It wasn't great.
I thought they had like a game that added new endings. Like it was like a remake.
Look,
okay.
If they made a Golden Sun, that would be cool. That's gonna go on the top.
Sorry, I just keep thinking of things. I'm like, wow, this would be fucking crazy if they did it. But I'm gonna say it. GTA.
It's not impossible.
If they can run GTA 6,
then that would be a great game.
We don't. Are we
what if we
overestimating?
saw the trailer for GTA 6 in?
But we have seen
Nintendo Direct.
GTA
in a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
Yeah.
I
don't think that's entirely an
I almost want to give it a corner.
Do it.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. We'll be happy.
Okay.
We have to. I'm going to leave this here this time because I think you should put these on community posts.
I'm also going to put it like in the bottom of the video so that way we like see it as they're going along. Okay. In a kind of similar vein, Elden Ring.
Oh, yes, of course.
Wouldn't that be great if that actually came out on a Nintendo product?
Yeah.
And like literally one of the biggest games of the last several years. I just could see it happening.
Sorry. Just keep getting the giggles.
Yeah, you're in a very giggly mood.
I'm a
today.
giggle guy. I'm a googly goo. It was not meant to be a Family Guy thing. I want to say Cooking Mama, but like they did Bitcoin.
Oh, I'd love a Cooking Mama.
You want them to Bitcoin your Switch?
Not really.
That's what they did last time.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say Cooking Mama. Although it would be... God, I keep thinking of things from like 2009. I keep being like, oh, Scribblenauts.
I'd love a Scribblenauts.
Fuck it. Let's go. I never even played Scribblenauts. I keep thinking Scribblenauts when I meant to say Draw to Life, but they're not
I also
bringing
love
that back.
Drawn to Life. I was just going to say those two are...
I didn't realize there were sequels to that. Mm-hmm. I got stuck right before the final boss. I never beat the final boss in the first Draw to Life.
Oh, wow. Well, okay.
That game is so good.
I think both of those games are really fun.
Can I just say really quick? I cannot believe more companies didn't just do Draw to Life.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. You just drew your character and he just walked around. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
It was just... Fuck. Sorry. It's a character today. It's
okay. For this slot, based off Nintendo talking with Microsoft a lot recently, I'm going to say a Banjo Kazooie game.
Okay. I was thinking, new one or a remake?
A new one.
Yeah, because we already have them basically on the... Oh, wait, no. Are they on Nintendo Online?
I think so.
Nuts and bolts.
Microsoft's been talking about how they're gonna do like ports to Nintendo stuff publicly. So I think
Halo?
I wouldn't be surprised. You're saying Halo?
Is that like a bad one? I'll put it. Fuck it.
If you want to put Halo, Kevin.
Halo.
If your bingo board happens and mine doesn't, I'll be really
fucking
surprised.
nuts. Yeah.
Okay, here's another wish fulfillment one. I want a new Rayman game. Rayman Origins and Legends were so fun.
I heard Rain Man.
I
want a new Rain Man video game. Remember the port of Rain Man they put on Nintendo 64? That was great. Remember all the poker scenes and all the awesome
Rayman.
Are there any indie games that haven't come out on like a Nintendo thing that like why the hell hasn't this come out on Nintendo yet? Usually Nintendo scoops up indie games.
Yeah, usually they get them.
Sorry, was that too much? Still looking.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I've broken you. When's the next Olympics?
It just happened last year, so 2028. But the Winter Olympics are next year.
As an aside, I just want to say, it would be way better than Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
What?
Mario and Sonic, the election. And it's all like
Kevin, you've got to keep going.
Okay.
We're so far in this video.
Okay. Stop distracting me. Come on. Shit. Okay, let me just think of Smash characters and think of one that doesn't get enough time to shine. Donkey Kong. Sorry, I didn't say that right. Donkey Kong.
Okay. New Donkey Kong Country?
Anything Donkey Kong,
Anything
like
Donkey
starring.
Kong. Okay.
Like not like I'm not like it's a Donkey Kong's in the fucking title.
Yeah.
Except for maybe like Mario versus Donkey Kong. That's
Yeah. That doesn't count.
Donkey Kong Jr. How's he been?
That's a good question. Kind of similar. I'm going a new Mario Baseball.
Oh, that's fucking good. That's real good, man.
I'd love for that to happen. Super Sluggers is like one of my favorite Wii games for sure.
Have they done a Mario basketball game? Like
yes,
dedicated Mario basketball.
Yes, on the DS.
Okay, so
and then they did the Wii one, which was with Square Enix. It was a sports mix. I'd love a sports mix too if they did that.
Sorry, I'm tapping my foot a lot, but I'm really racking my brain.
I see you are.
Okay, who was in the first Smash Brothers? Koibi? There is Pokemon. Okay, we did all the original.
We did all the originals.
Let's see, second Smash Brothers. Ice Climbers. Are we getting
I thought about saying Ice Climbers at some point.
I don't know. We got F-Zero again.
Game and Watch.
Mr. Game and Watch. Melee HD. That would actually be fucking great.
Oh, I'd love a Melee HD.
Is there enough demand in Japan?
No.
But GameCube games just available like the same way Nintendo 64 games are.
Sure.
Oh wait, no.
Kevin, you got to say something.
I'm new GameCube games available.
I'd love that.
And that's like when we...
People wanted that since the Wii U.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Let's say new Mario Rabbids.
That's actually a good one. Did it end on like an open, the very in-depth story? Did
I actually have no idea because I've never played the games.
Yeah. Okay, last one. I don't know, Silent Hill?
Silent Hill.
The new Silent Hill remake.
This is not the last one.
It's my last. Oh, no, you're right.
There's 3 more spots.
I have one more. I'll put this one here then. No, it's not 3 more. Have I been writing down yours maybe?
I don't know, Kevin. I have 3 more spots, so I don't know how. But yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have 3 more spots.
Let me see it.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Let's say I want to do something I think I want to. Dark Souls. A new Dark Souls.
Oh, okay. Does Elden Ring not fill that?
It kind of does. It kind of doesn't. Fuck it, I'm going to say Dark Souls anyway.
I'll put another Wii Sports.
Okay.
Or does that overlap with Tech
Wii
Demo?
Sports. I feel like it's different. Wii Sports, Switch Sports 2.
I don't want Switch Sports 2.
Well, that's what you're signing up for.
Well, then no. I want the Mii's. Mii's. Oh, wait. What about Mii's being like a big thing again?
Miitopia 2.
Miitopia / Tomadachi. I feel like I consider those part of like the same series.
Sure.
Miitopia /
I don't like you whispering in my ear like this.
Live. Yes, but will the audience like it? Okay. I'm out of spaces.
I have 2 more spaces.
That's insanity.
I don't know how. I'm going to say a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
And fuck it, we're going Kingdom Hearts.
That's good, actually. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is good.
Yeah.
Good thought.
If these happened, that would be pretty cool.
What the fuck did I write here? I wrote Halo. Do you know Halo?
Okay. You're going to have to leave that here because
that's okay. I like that you can even see the 99 plus 99.
Well, that's all for today's video.
Yeah.
Hope
do you need me to make sounds or is there no time?
There's no time.
Okay, bye. I love you. I love all of you.
Bye.